and convener of this program, feel privileged and honored to welcome you all on day 2 of 3 days webinar series, which is organized by Placement in the Startup Cell of Sir Chotu Ram Institute of Engineering and Technology, Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Meerut. In this digital age, we have an opportunity to transform the lives of people in a way that was hard to imagine a couple of decades ago. It was once said that railway connects India. Today, IT connects people, and especially during COVID, we are getting uninterrupted services because of this technology. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. May Goddess Saraswati, who is fair like jasmine colored moon, and whose white garland is like frosty dewdrops, who is adorned and whose throne is white lotus, protect me and remove my lethargy, sluggishness, negativity, and ignorance. The essence of great leadership is influence, not the authority. With this note, I would like to express my gratitude and warm welcome to Honorable Vice Chancellor of CCS University, continuously motivating us to organize such webinars. I feel privileged to welcome the keynote speaker of today's webinar, who is virtually visiting from the city known for gold to the city famous for gold jewelry and ornaments. We are encouraged by the presence of respected Professor Y. Vimala, Prof. Vice Chancellor and President of today's webinar, for her constant support and encouragement to such academic events. I wholeheartedly welcome to the most active and versatile Dean, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Professor Hari Krishna, and other deans of faculties of university. Achievers are the person who are ready to walk extra miles. With this note, I would like to welcome our passionate, dynamic, and diligent director of SCRIT, Professor Jaymala, who stood us with us throughout and advised us at every step to make this program synchronized. I am delighted with the esteemed presence of Dean Student Welfare, Professor Bhupender Singh, Chief Proctor, Professor Birbal Singh, Chief Warden, Professor P.K. Sharma, Finance Officer, and Registrar of the University. We celebrate your leadership, sir. I extend my warm welcome to Administrative Officer Engineer Milan Singh, heads, coordinators, and distinguished faculty members of various departments and institutions of the campus, excellencies, and members of the media who have taken time away from their jam-packed schedule and made an effort to be connected and become the part of this webinar. Last but not the least, I sincerely welcome the core entity of this webinar, our adorable students, for whom this 3-day event has been organized. Yesterday, we had the session for the students who wish to choose their career in Indian Air Force. Nabha Sprasham Deept Manek Varnam, Vyattananam Deept Vishala Nitram, Drashtva hi Tvam Pravathitantaratma, Dhritin Navindani Shamincha Vishnu. It is the 24th shloka of 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, from where the motto of Indian Air Force has been taken, which indicates touch the sky with glory. Here, we are also aiming you all, especially to my students. May I request everybody of you to kindly mute your mic. Gaurav Sharma, sir. So here we are also aiming to all the students to reach the utmost success with glory. Young minds are like sponge and they are looking for the right input to soak it. Coming to the next phase of this program, I want to take you a moment to close your eyes for a minute and think about the most enjoyable moment of your life. Hold that feeling and relaxed. Quite impressive it is, and we are relaxed for a moment. Now, let us think for another scenario. Have you ever felt numbness before entering into the interview room? Have you experienced cold feet and sweaty palms before presenting something in front of the panel? Have you ever been stuck to catch 20 situation? Do you feel irritated when exposed to rejection or failure? Have you been exposed to anxiety of exam, interview, formal discussions, conversations with highly designated people? If yes, then be assured this session is for you. We are living in a world which is more of considering IQ as premier intelligence. And so is the title of today's talk. Not IQ, others QS. Today's workplace demand. Before I render this platform for the talk, let me first invite Nidhi Bhatia to introduce the keynote speaker of this session. With this, first of all, I would like once again to welcome the speaker and to Nidhi Bhatia as well, so that she may introduce the speaker. Over to you, Nidhi ma'am.
Thanks, Dr. Vandana. I feel extremely honored and delighted to introduce Dr. Abhinanda Gautam. Dr. Abhinanda, popularly known as Dr. Abby, in South Africa, holds 3 masters and a PhD degree in commerce. Currently, she is pursuing PG diploma
I'm
in
sorry to interview in between.
and
You,
innovations.
you are not perfectly audible.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Okay. Dr. Abhinanda, popularly known as Dr. Abby, in South Africa, holds 3 masters and a PhD degree in commerce. Currently, she is pursuing PG diploma in design thinking and innovations from Emeritus in collaboration with MIT Sloan and Columbia Business Education. She holds over 19 years of experience in corporate and the world of academia. She has been spearheading functions of a program director in Regenesis Business School, Johannesburg, from past 7 years. She has been associated with brands like Mercedes Benz, BMW, Massmart, a subsidiary of Walmart, Barclays Bank, and many more in consulting and facilitating space. She has participated in many national and international academic and non academic platforms in nations like Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, South Africa, etc. She was the keynote speaker of Good Governance Academy Colloquium in 2019, chaired and conducted by world's renowned guru of business ethics and corporate governance, Professor Marvin King. Her expertise is in the field of human resource management, leadership, talent management, emotional and spiritual intelligence, mentoring, coaching, and performance management. Dr. Abhinanda, we gratefully request you to commence this session.
Thanks a lot, Nidhi. Hope you are doing well. I'm absolutely humbled as well as feeling modest to attend this forum. Hopefully, this is going to be a very participative as well as interactive session. Before I commence, I would pay my gratitude to Professor Vice Chancellor Dean Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Professor Hari Krishna, Deans of the Faculties of University, Director of SRIET, Professor Jaymala, Dean Student Welfare, Professor Bhupendra Singh, Chief Proctor, Professor B. Pal Singh, Chief Warder, Prof. P.K. Sharma, Finance Officer and the Registrar of the University, Administrative Officer, Engineer Milind Singh, Head Coordinators and distinguished faculty members of various departments and the institutions of the campus, excellencies, members of the media, students, and a little bit about my very dear acquaintance, friend, almost like a family member, Dr. Vandana. Thanks a lot, Dr. Vandana, for giving this opportunity to me. Before I start, I would start with the concept of quotients, right? Because this is what we are going to talk about. And right in the midst of you, Dr. Vandana, a statue, an icon of emotional and collaborative intelligence is sitting right there. Maybe I don't even have to start with the concept because please learn from her in the situation of extreme adversities and in the situation of extreme patience and what do you say, determination. She is the one that you must look up to. So thank you, Dr. Vandana, again for giving this opportunity to me. I would request everybody, in case you could please mute your mics because it would be easy. I'm really, really 7 seas away from you people. It would be great in case everybody please mute your mic. It would be easier for all of us to enjoy the session. So I'm sure I'm being given with share screen. Okay, thank you for that. Here we go. All right, just one sec. Right. So our topic is not IQ, but other cues, today's workplace demand. I am Dr. Abhinanda Gautam. People call me Dr. Abhi here. You can properly pronounce me as Dr. Abhinanda Gautam. Dr. Abhi is also fine. Today, we are going to talk about youngsters, that youngsters are facing a lot of problems in terms of jobs, in terms of unemployment, in terms of getting into a job, but still hating it, right? Or even facing interviews is a trouble. Continuous interviews is a problem, or not getting an interview, not getting an answer. Why am I not getting an interview? Or even if I feel that I have done remarkably, impeccably well in the interview, I'm not selected. What are the reasons? I'm intelligent enough. I am smart enough. I'm presentable enough. Then to what was the reason because of which I was not selected? So we are going to talk in a nutshell, because 1 hour is definitely not the right time to comprehend everything, but definitely I would try my level best, that we talk about other intelligences which are required in today's workplace. And those are emotional intelligence and collaborative intelligence. So before I talk about those intelligences, it's also important that I talk a little bit about leadership, because I know each one of you, each student attending this session is aspiring to be the C-suite. If you know C-suite, C-SUITE, C-suite employee in future, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Information Officer, Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer. And definitely that is your desire, that is your aspiration. After 20 years down the line, you want to be a C-suite employee. That means you want to be an employee that is known as a leader. So what is leadership all about? And do you think that you are a leader right now, or you have the characteristics of a leader? So before I start, this is just a story, because I believe in the power of narrative intelligence. Good people, I hope you know what is narrative intelligence, right? Narrative intelligence means you narrate a story, right? And with that story you connect the golden thread of the content that you are going to discuss. So we are in a journey towards personal mastery, right? Personal mastery means before leading others, before leading a team, before leading an organization, you must must know how to lead yourself. So this is a session of leading yourself, how to lead self through through collaborative intelligence and emotional intelligence. So this is the relationship, right, between success and other form of intelligences, because each one of us are behind IQ, RI. Go for IIT, go for IIM, go for CAT exam, GMAT exam, and the list is endless. If you don't have IQ, you are out of the market. You are not in the crowd. So in order to stand out of the crowd, you don't have to be in the crowd. You just need to stand out of the crowd, right? With the average intelligence, with the above average intelligence, but with the nail it hard kind of an attitude, right? So what is that nail it hard attitude that I'm talking about? Before that, let's unleash the power of stories. Unleashing the hidden power of stories. Guys, please pay attention. I'm going to talk about four young lads, electrifying energy, jazzy vibes, right? Jazzy vibes with them. They were the one, only 13 years old, right? They started with the band called as U2 Band. And there were four members. I'm talking about 1978, 79. I know it must be a stone age story for you. Many of you were not even born, right? Not even me, right? But many of the people are going to take a resonation of the fact that in 78, 79, this band was originated by four sparky, smart, handsome, good looking, right, presentable guys. Those were Bono, The Edge, Adam Clayton, and Larry Mullen Jr. Now, these four young kids, right, just 13 years old, started with their band, with their peppy numbers, with their jazzy, upbeat, heart-throbbing songs, and they got popular, right? They were lucky enough, they got popular. They got popular with their live performances. The group, they have traced several ambitious career through elaborate tours. They have done tours. It is a story of the US, guys, tours all over the country, right? And outside the country as well. However, none of the stories are besides twist, right? You cannot be having a story without a twist. So the twist was one of the members named Adam Clayton, as I said, there were four members, fell prey to alcoholism, drug addiction, right? And it was very difficult for him to come out of drug addiction and the tendency, mild tendency, to commit suicide even. And this was his early years, right? And the other three members could have thrown him out, could have asked for some other member to join, right? Could have asked for some other friend to help. But the best part of this journey is that those other team members have never let him go, have held his hand continuously without a doubt, without a question, and helped him to combat drug addiction as well as suicidal attacks or suicidal tendencies. In one of the interviews, Adam Clayton said, "In our band, no one will be a casualty. We all come home, or none of us come home. No one will be left behind. Thank you for honoring that promise and letting me be in your band." So he combated the drug addiction tendency as well as the tendency to commit suicide, and he also combated mild depression. In another interview, he also said, "I was an alcoholic, addict, but in some ways, that devastating disease is what drove me towards the wonderful life I now have." So he was successful, right? He was getting successful, and the friends were there to hold, support him, right? To coordinate him and not to let him go and not to let him feel depressed and not to let him face the failure alone. Right. So just fast forward, I said it was 1978, 79. Fast forward to 1986, 87, right? In 86, they came up with a great album. This was known as Joshua Tree. And this album had taken them to the top of the world. They have broken all the records, right? And they were on streets, both radio, TV, media, not social media at that time, but they had broken all the records and acclaimed commercial and critical success. Right after the Joshua Tree in 1987, they started with Unforgettable Fire. This was again a super duper hit, right? And that made them international superstars because they had acclaimed all the successes that ever anyone could have imagined in their 20s. Now, because of the success, they had to perform a huge concert in the Texas, Arizona, the US, in North America. And they were excited about it. They were super blown about it. They wanted to put their level best in that concert. So that concert was supposed to be conducted on the 3rd and 4th of April, 1987. Ladies and gentlemen, 4th April is nothing but the assassination day of Martin Luther King Jr. If you have read or less read about Martin Luther King Jr., please go back and read about him. He's one of the legends. I won't say living legends. He was the legends of revolutionary ideas in the world. So that was the assassination day. And in that concert, they were about to sing a song named as Pride. That song was based on the assassination of Martin Luther King. So, right before the D Day, that means on the 3rd of April and 4th of April, they wanted to perform. On the 2nd of April, once they reached the US, the Arizona, they have received a knock was there on the door, like if you could hear. When they opened the door, there was a letter, and in that letter, it was received and stated Bono, the lead singer, would be killed if the band played the song Pride, which honors the life and legacy of revolutionary Dr. Martin Luther King. So Bono was devastated. Must he sing that song or not? Must he avoid? Must he cancel the concert? What he must do? But the other friends said, let's go to FBI. You all have watched a lot of American movies. You know what is FBI, right? So they went to FBI, and I'm talking of 1987, guys, and asked whether it was a hoax. And FBI confirmed that no, this was not a hoax. It was a threat. Hoax means, is it a fake threat? FBI told you to, it believed it was a threat and not a hoax. So we are sitting on the 2nd of April, 1987. The next day they have to perform. So FBI said, because that was the world of what? Of not more than metal detectors, not more than sniffer dogs. There was no CCTV cameras, no sensor-based machines, no AI-based intelligences that we talk about. It was only those two aspects through which they could have detected out of thousands and thousands of audiences that who is going to kill Bono. FBI said there are two ways that they could have avoided this incident. One, either they cancel the concert, or second, they don't sing the song Pride. Now, Bono was shattered. Bono was devastated. Bono was confused. Bono didn't know what to do. But the friends of Bono, Larry Mullen Jr., right, and the other one said, they are not going to back down. They are going to perform the song. They would stand the crowd. They are not going to disappoint anyone on the 3rd and 4th of April. You won't believe 3rd April passed. On the 3rd of April, they received another letter that 4th of April would be the last day when Bono is going to take his last breath. There would be a gunshot that is going to kill Bono. Bono and others have decided that they are going to sing this song. On the 4th of April, guys, Bono had procrastinated the song until the last slab because he was scared. He had the one that had to perform that song. But at last, there was no other choice, and he was left for that time slab to sing the song Pride. Now, with his 172 times 2 heartbeat, 72 times 2, I beg your pardon, guys. Heartbeat, heart palpitations, sweaty palms. He started singing that song with his closed eyes. He started early morning April 4, short wings out of the Murphy sky. They could not take your pride. And with this, the song was finished. He could sing the song for the entire time with his eyes closed. When he opened his eyes, out of his amusement, out of his astonishment, out of what he could not believe with his naked eyes, that Adam Clayton was standing right in front of him for the whole song, facing the crowd, right? Facing his back to the crowd. Guys, could you please mute your mic? It's very important that you mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. I request everybody to kindly mute your mic. Okay, thank you. So I was saying that on the 4th of April, when he opened his eyes, Bono was absolutely amused, astonished, and he could not believe in his eyes that Adam Clayton was standing right in front of him for the whole song, showing his back to the crowd. If you pay attention, then you would see that. I'm so sorry, guys. This is the real picture of Bono and Adam on stage in 1987 in the US. One of his interviews, he said, I didn't even look at the crowd. And when it was finished and I looked up, I saw Adam was standing in front of me for the whole thing. Right. I hope you find the story a mind blowing, hair raising, eyebrow raising kind of a story that there is someone, Adam Clayton, because he was supported, because his friends never let him go, especially Bono for the entire duration. He was the one when it was about, Bono was about to have a gunshot, right, of his life. Adam Clayton was standing right in front of him so that he gets the gunshot if there is any. Now I would like to ask you guys, you can use chat function, right? And I'm hopeful that my team members are going to help me out in that. um, I'm going to ask you, all of you, when in hot water, what kind of a person are you? Will you hold someone's hand or someone's hand when he or she is in hot water? Are you the one that is going to take the gunshot? Are you the one that is going to put your back in front of the crowd and say, hit me, not my friend, not my colleague, not my family member? I'm sure everybody is thinking, बिजनेस में कौन गोली खाता है? हम वॉर में थोड़ी खड़े हैं, राइट? सो मेरा आपसे ये सवाल है, कोई गोली नहीं खाता बिजनेस में, पर मैं गोलियों के और नाम लेती हूँ। क्या आप वो गोली खाते हैं? क्या वो इंटरव्यू है? क्या वो बिजनेस है? क्या वो ये सोच है कि मैं अपना बिजनेस खोलूंगा? क्या वो सोसाइटी प्रेशर है? क्या gunshot in form of society pressure, in terms of interview, in terms of peer pressure, in terms of your friends that are already getting a job, in terms of your family's expectations, in terms of you having a shoulder of running your family with some kind of a job, or at least some kind of a salary, right? So there are gunshots, right? There are gunshots in our lives. It's just that these are of different kinds. Now, what I want to say is, the people or the students or my distinguished guests or my distinguished attendees, if you are thinking of turning into a leader, if you're thinking of turning into a CEO, CIO, CMO, vice president, general manager, and the list is endless, do you think you have the capacity, right, to take gunshots? Do you leave people in between? Do you put them in hot water? Or when they are in hot water, are you the one that is holding their hand? If not, then there is another chance, or there could be another chances. So think about it, that how you can turn into a leader. What more can be done other than being an intelligent person, other than having a great RI, right? Having a great rational intelligence and intelligent quotient in your life, right? And this is what the session is all about. As I say, all of you are going to be leaders. I pray for that, and I'm sure about it. Everyone is going to be a leader. But leader is nothing, or leadership is nothing to be just read, right? To be just seen, or to be just talked about. Leadership is like beauty, as Warren Bennis has said. It's hard to define, but you know it when you see it, right? So it is when you are in the job market, when you are leading a team, when you are with your peers, when you are with your team members, that leadership spirit will take you out of the crowd, and you will be chosen for promotion, for betterment, for increments, for salary increase, right? Okay. So here we go, guys. Today, we are going to talk about emotional intelligence. And I would request attendees to please explain to me, what do you think? What do you mean by emotional intelligence? What is emotional intelligence for you, right? That would be great. In case you can post your queries in the chat function, I would be very, very happy to answer. But in the meantime, I would like to explain you what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of your own emotions. आपको बहुत गुस्सा आता है, आपको आपका इम्पल्सिविटी बहुत ज्यादा है, ठीक है, आपके पास बिल्कुल पेशेंस नहीं है, आपको किसी के भी बारे में सुनना या कोई आपको सुनाए वो आपको पसंद नहीं है, आपसे कोई भी एक्सपेक्टेशन रखी जाए वो भी पसंद नहीं है, आपको हर बात पे, हर छोटी बात पे इरिटेशन होती है, कोई किसी से कंपेयर करे तो और गुस्सा आता है। सो व्हाट यू थिंक, राइट? आपको शूज बहुत पसंद है, एडिडास भी है, नाइकी भी है, एंड रेड चीफ भी है, सब कुछ है, पर अगर आप विंडो शॉपिंग पे गए तो आपने एक और पेयर ऑफ शूज लिया, व्हाई? बिकॉज यू बिलीव दैट यू लव शूज, राइट? सो so the concept, right, of emotional intelligence is to be aware about your own emotions. Are you aware that you are an alcoholic? Are you aware that you are a workaholic? You work too much. Are you aware that you are a chocoholic? You always eat chocolates. Are you aware that you are a Netflixaholic? Are you aware that you are an Amazon or Primeaholic? Are you aware that you are a travelaholic? Are you aware that you are a restaurantaholic? Right? And so, are you aware that you are a shopaholic, travelaholic, and the list is endless? Sometimes we are aware, right? Are you aware that you are short tempered? Are you aware that you spend a lot of time just wasting, just chit chatting, just texting, just watching YouTube, right? Or just watching anything that is turning futile? But what are you doing about it? Are you doing something about it, or you are just aware? You brag, तुम्हें पता है मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है, मेरे से सहा नहीं जाता. I don't even care, right? What the other person is feeling. And for that, if you don't care, if you are too short tempered, do you think you must be given with a Filmfare award, maybe an Oscar award, because wow, you are a very short tempered person? So that is what we are lagging, right? We don't have patience, we are impulsive, we take decisions like this without even thinking, no systems thinking, right? It's only intuition thinking. And because of which, even if you are good in your IQ, right, the interviewers in today's world are not looking for people that are rationally intelligent, because you are not going to work alone, right? Or you are not going to work with people that stay in Meerut. You are going to work with people that are in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, US, UK, right? Himachal Pradesh, Assam, right? And Manipur. So for that kind of thought process, right, you need to have self-control in yourself. When it is tense situations, when it's anxiety, when you are getting late, when you are getting, what do you say, bashes from your father and mother, कुछ करते नहीं हो, देर से आते हो, कुछ नहीं होता तुमसे, घर का कुछ काम नहीं करते, right? Then what do? You just bang your door on their faces and get into your room. That's it. That's your answer, right? So can you do that in your job? Can you do that to your boss? Can you do that to your peer? You can't. And that is what is gauged in today's lifestyle, that in case you don't have emotional intelligence, if you don't know how to manage your own emotions and others emotions, like this, I beg your pardon, guys, others emotions, then the problem is that you won't be the person that could be working with others manage our own emotions. The ability to relate to others in effective ways, both personally and in a wide range of contexts and roles, guys. So I'm going to show you, right? This is not what I'm preaching about, but what other companies are already doing, right? They are hiring people not on the basis of IQ, but on the basis of EQ, right? As you can see here, time is less. I cannot elaborate too much on the differences between IQ and EQ. But what I can say is that the people that have empathy, anyone that knows empathy, you can use the chat function. I would be happy to read. What do you mean by empathy? That is the heart of emotional intelligence, good people. That you put yourself in others' shoes. दूसरे की सिचुएशन को समझना, राइट? समझना और उसके बाद एक्ट करना. Okay, that is what is called as empathy, right? If you use self-reflection, if you know why you got angry, if you know how should I react, should I think thrice? People say think twice before you speak. 2 बार सोचो बोलने से पहले. मैं आपसे कह रही हूँ 3 बार सोचिए बोलने से पहले. And the questions are: is it right? Is it true? Is it harmful? Is it right? सही है. Is it true? सच है. Is it harmful? नहीं है. तब कोई बात बोलिए आप, अदरवाइज मत बोलिए, वो ज्यादा बेहतर है किसी को हर्ट करने से पहले, राइट? सो self reflection, manage relationships, social awareness, and self control. Social awareness is not, do you know whose girlfriend is whose boyfriend, right? Or whose boyfriend is going around with whom? Do you know Katrina Kaif is no more with Salman Khan, right? That is not. Do you know Brad Pitt and Angela Smith have separated? No, guys, that is not social awareness, right? Social awareness is what are the little things that is happening in and around your society, so that you can contribute a little on that, even if it is planting a dying even if it is watering a dying plant. एक पौधा आपके सामने है और वो मर रहा है रोज, पर आपको पड़ी नहीं है because आप Netflix देख रहे हैं. So you are very socially unintelligent, right? So think of the little things that you can do. Self-control. Do you think you are unnecessarily eating, right? That is called today's a boring life of Zoom and what do you say, MS Teams and whatnot. The list is again endless, right? Are you too much on snacks? That is called a snack chat. You are talking and snacking, right? Are you too much on snack chatting? Your belly button is almost about to burst, right? Or you are also thinking of other things to keep yourself fit, because you are aware, right? So those things are extremely important, guys, in terms of being a right candidate in an interview. I'm not bragging about it. I'm not exaggerating about it. I want to give you an example of how interviews are being conducted in today's life, right? This is Heineken. Can anyone answer through chat function, what is this brand Heineken? I'm not sure if you know Heineken. This is one of the major brands, guys, Heineken. I'm going to show you one of the videos, what Heineken is doing, right? Anyone in chat function? I could not see anybody that knows Heineken. Do you know the brand Heineken? That is my question. But Heineken is I would say, a pioneer in the industry in recruiting candidates, recruiting or selecting candidates on the basis of what do you say? On the basis of behavioral competencies. Let me please write that in the chat function. Behavioral competencies. Are you behaviorally competent? It's not important. Behavioral competencies, right? It's not important that how intelligent you are, but it's important that how do you react in a particular situation. I hope you can see the video. Please watch it, guys, and see what is happening in today's world, right? It's extremely interesting to see that the world is really changing. Okay, so this is for you, good people. Here you go.
Good morning.
No, I'm so sorry. Okay. Can you see this? If you could. Is this the one that you're seeing? Can I get an answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it a guy with a spectacle?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Passion. And what's your biggest weakness? Being stubborn. Stubborn, I think. Okay, give me one reason why I should hire you. Because sports is my passion. I'm really passionate about football.
Really like a football.
When you are looking for a job for an interview,
Teeth are brushed.
You look good. You feel good. Hi. Hello. How are you? Okay, Reese. Okay. And so you liked it when we were walking hand in hand?
It made me feel comfortable. Yes.
Oh, interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your time, I suppose.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mr.
bye.
Russell, it was very nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Sure, are you sure?
I'm fine. I'll get a little water in a second.
Okay, can you say now?
Stay like this.
If we're talking about money, how much money do you think you would like to have?
Position.
Last time this happened was at a disco.
The disco day?
Fire and passion or cold and calculated?
I would say cold and calculated because
Wrong answer.
fire and passion. Other people get infected by my enthusiasm.
You think I'm getting infected right
No.
now?
We need to go. Come, Simon, Mr. Ross. Come on, we need to get going.
Missing a hand here. Can you help us, please? Sir, can you help us,
There
please?
is a fire or something.
We have a gap here. Sir. This one. Okay, he's got. Okay, he's okay. Okay.
Okay, guys. Ma'am, there are some questions. Okay, in case time permits, definitely we are going to talk about it. There are a lot of tests. I think it's from Swati, a question, ma'am, how can we judge our intelligence? Please don't message me personally, guys, privately. Please message publicly. That would be great. Okay, because that is beneficial for everybody, good students, it's very important that you kindly ask the questions in a public platform. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to quickly get over emotional intelligence. We also need to talk about collaborative intelligence. With the time crunch that we have, I have to cover quite a lot of things. Okay, guys, so these are the signs of low emotional intelligence. As you can see, being argumentative, not listening, emotional outburst. Yeah, that's it. Don't talk to me, right? Blaming others. This is not me that has done something, right? If you're a leader, you embrace both the success and mistakes of others, right? And this is what, if you're aspiring, then these kind of thought process are taking you towards less or lower emotional intelligence, guys. Low emotional intelligence, some of the aspects, you are always right, you are never wrong, you are the one that is in competitive mindset, you always think that you must win, right? You are oblivious means unaware about what others are feeling. You say, I'm too straightforward, I don't care. Wow, again, you must be given a filmfare award for that if you don't care, right? And that is why you don't get selected, because you have to care in case you want to win in a team, right? And you cannot work in silos. You behave insensitively, guys. You blame others for the problems. You have poor coping skills. It's anxiousness, it's depression, it's anger, right? It's frustration, it's anxiety, it's aggravation, right? It's irritation, it's frustration. So in case those are the terms that is there always in your blood and system, then it's high time that you read and know more about emotional intelligence. You struggle with relationships. Every other day there's a new friend. There's 500,000 friends in Facebook, but you can't even count one once it's face-to-face relationships or friendship, right? How many friends you think of when you are in trouble? Is it one or two? At least you have one or two. If there's no one, then it's high time you think about your EI, guys. They turn conversations towards themselves. Yeah, it's me. Look at me. How about me? What do I think, right? If you're not thinking about others, then please be emotionally intelligent, guys. When time permits, I'm going to talk about it. This is too much. Maybe the time is less. I'm going to skip it. 5 questions. There is somebody that asked, how can I have emotional intelligence? Swati, this is for you. You need to doubly ask yourself twice, thrice, 4 times, right? With each kind of action, with each kind of performance that you are doing. First question, what specific emotion I'm feeling right now? Am I anxious? Am I nervous? I'm too confident? Am I boastful? Am I exaggerating? Am I right? Am I true? Am I too straightforward? Am I hurting others, right? Am I buying too much? Am I spending too much? Am I investing too much, right? Am I spending time with my friends too much? Ask questions to yourself. Second, when you get answers, self regulation. What can I do to control my emotions and my reactions right now? Right now. So the answer is, guys, stop before action, right? Just don't be impulsive, just don't do it at the core at that moment. Think about it, right? Think, guys, think before you just do think with impulsive reactions, right? Or impulsive actions. Motivate yourself. How am I interpreting this specific task, as easy or difficult, and why? Is it too easy for me? Is it too difficult for me? Am I being afraid? Am I trying to avoid? Am I trying to ignore? Am I being what do you say, ignorant, right? Think about it. Then empathy. What emotion is the other person feeling right now? Can you put yourself in other shoes? Can you think that what is the dynamism that the other person is facing? Can you just have that self reflection, right? That what the other person must be feeling right now. A little bit of social skills. No, guys, I'm not saying social media skills. I'm not saying networking skills through internet only, right? It's human touch. I know it's corona time, but just have that thought process of how to connect people that are left behind, right? Can you reconnect? And guys, this the life is all about joining dots, right? It's all about joining dots. But before 10 years you have met somebody, today the person can help you out, right, in getting a job by giving you a referral. So you never know, never lose connections, guys. This is going to help you out. The life is all about joining dots in today's scenario. So how can I show genuine interest in this person right now? Sometimes just a hello, how are you doing, how's the family doing, is worth more than a million. I believe you me, guys, that is worth more than a million. All right, so this is how we go ahead with emotional intelligence. We have talked quite a lot about it. Now I'm talking about collaborative intelligence. What is it? As you can see, the world is heading towards collaboration. Everywhere where you talk about its diversity and inclusion, right? And if you say, right, I'm proud to be an Indian, we all are proud to be Indians. Just put the highest paid CEOs in the world, starting from Sundar Pichai, right? You would see Microsoft CEO to Indra Nui to talk about them, right? You would see most of them, right, are Indians. Why? Because we are the most adaptable species and creature in the world, I guess, right? Because we know how to adapt. We are the fastest graspers. We know how to execute in a different kind of a world. And that tendency of us, we are already collaborative, I guess. It's just that tendency of I know it all. I can do it. I am the one, right? That thought process has to be deleted from here, right? Just erase it, right? Shift and delete in case you are using Windows, right? And if you are using Mac Pro, then it's a recycle bin, empty from trash, that I know it all, right? So guys, please think of collaborative intelligence. And what is collaborative intelligence? Basically is the power. Sometimes we used to talk about that we think alike, right? We think alike. We are friends because we have same interests, same philosophies, no different schools of thought, and that is why we are friends. Then you are at the wrong path in today's world, my dear ladies and gentlemen. You have to have people that are thinking differently, that are not you, that are different from what you think, and absolutely the poles apart. If you can collaborate with them, you can collaborate with anyone in the world. If you're saying this is good afternoon right now, and someone is saying good morning, I feel it is because there is no sunrise, it's morning. Talk about it, debate, think something better, right? And that is what is collaborative intelligence nowadays, because we all know we are living in the world of cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, robotics, and whatnot. And those are what? Those are different thought processes. And today's human resource management, as I specialize in human resource management, we don't even talk about how to talk human to human. How do you interact with robots, right? How do you interact with Sophia? You know Sophia, right? The first robotic citizen of the world. So we are interacting with socially intelligent robots, guys, and that is why if you think that you are going to talk, work, eat, right, perform with the people that you think are similarly like you must change that path. That is not the path for you, and that is not going to take you to C-suite and leadership level, right? So according to Davna Markova and Andy MacArthur, collaborative intelligence is thinking with people who think differently. Look for people that don't think like you. Look for people that debate. Look for people that argue. Constructive argument, right? Not stupid argument. Constructive argument. Look for people that have absolute different mindset. Then if you can win them, you can win the world. I promise you that. Collaborative intelligence is about these kind of four intelligences. I'm not going to ponder too much over it. However, as you can see, it's a relational intelligence, right? It's not rational, it's relational intelligence. How do you manage your emotions? How you are social? Do you think that you can adapt different cultures, right? Do you think that that you are fast enough in understanding what the other person is also thinking? Do you think that you can put yourself in his or her shoes? Do you think your thought process is systematic, right? Do you think you are resilient enough? What do you mean by resilient? Resilient means when you are in a tough situation, do you think you have the capacity to bounce back and say, yes, I can do it? Give me the challenge. I am the one that is going to face. If you're not, if you're sitting beside, if you're putting your step back, then collaborative intelligence is not for you. You must read further, right? Possibilities intelligence. Not I'm saying that everything is possible. I don't say that. Many a times everything is not possible, but possibilities are there to bring the things possible, right? So think about the possibilities in terms of money, in terms of positive thought process, in terms of attitude, right? In terms of what you can play. Are you a networker, right? Are you a person that is having too much of extraversion skills? You can speak to strangers like anything, as if you have been speaking to the person with last 10 years. Do you think so? You are the one. Then the possibility of having collaborative intelligence is high, right? So I apologize, guys. I'm being fast, right? This is the world we are continuously. I think it has been 4 or 5 decades that we have been talking about market share, market share, market share. Apple maximum market share, Mercedes maximum market share, right? BMW maximum market share, Tesla is going to have the maximum market share, right? But we talk about Elon Musk, the greatest market share, then Jeff Bezos, the greatest market share, right? However, in today's world, we are not living in a world of market share economy, right? Collaborative intelligence is about mind share economy, right? When your leader asks you to hike means to climb a mountain. The mountain of what? The mountain of competition, the mountain of employment or unemployment, the mountain of tough situations. Then you must be ready to collaborate, guys. Because if minds don't collaborate, nothing is going to work out. No one works in a silo. No one works alone, right? So the more you collaborate others, the more you challenge yourself with others, different thought processes, different schools of thought, then you are the one that is going to win, right? Okay, so no market share economy. We are moving towards mind share economy. Okay. What is workplace collaboration, guys? As you can see, right, successful collaboration is willingness to find solutions to problems. Don't just talk about pollution hai, population hai, ठीक है, reservation है, ये है, वो है, फलान है, ढिकान है, मोदी भी है और राहुल भी है, ठीक है, सब कुछ रहेगा और ये रहता रहेगा. तो क्या life stops? It doesn't, right? ट्रैफिक भी वैसा ही रहेगा, potholes भी वैसे ही रहेंगे, road and infrastructure भी धीरे धीरे develop होगा, ठीक है, बहुत develop हो रहा है, but we have to think about our strengths and weaknesses and live our own life. Life moves on, guys. Think about yourself, how you can do better in the kind of hardships or difficulties or the tough situations or competitions that we are living, right? So take responsibilities for mistakes. Don't say it is not me. Say it is me. How can I do it? How can I better it? Please improve me. Please let me learn, right? I'm here to learn. I'm here to make mistakes. I'm not a robot. I'm a machine. I'm not a machine, right? I'm a human being. Human beings are bound to make mistakes. The human beings that turn better, right, are the one that embraces mistakes and carry on, right, and never make it again. So giving credit to others for contribution, don't say it's I, please move from I to we, right? And that is what is collaborative intelligence all about. Do you think that you are an active listener? If not, give some exercise to your ears, guys. Check your level of collaborative intelligence. Just check here. If your level of commitment is less, just hello, hi, how are you, doing good, बढ़िया मस्त है यार, जीवन चल रहा है, ठीक है, then you have level of commitment less, level of purpose, आपके जीवन का गोल, आपके जीवन का ऑब्जेक्टिव बहुत कम है। अगर आप इंपॉर्टेंट लोगों से, जिनसे आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, बेहतर कर सकते हैं, सीख सकते हैं, अगर हाई बाय करके चल रहे हैं तो मुश्किल है, ठीक है, तो आप सिर्फ कन्वर्सेशन लेवल पे ही रह जाएंगे, लो पे ही। कम्युनिकेट अगर कर रहे हैं, हाई बाय के आगे थोड़ा और अंकल आंटी, आपके बच्चे कैसे, आपके परिवार कैसा, बात खत्म, ठीक है, तभी लेवल ऑफ कमिटमेंट नहीं है। Coordination, if you think that in your company, in your peers, in your projects, with your professors, right, with your lecturers, you are helping a lot in not a lot, I would say, right, moderately, then at least you are towards moving towards excellence, right? Excellence, professional excellence, personal excellence. And collaboration, the one I'm talking about in here, it's high in both ends. Your level of commitment towards your family, your society, your nation, your country, right, if it's high and your purpose is high, मुझे ये बनना है तो बनना है, दुनिया इधर की उधर, even if the world turns upside down, even if the world crashes down, my purpose is not going to change, right? Then you are moving towards collaboration. Then you don't mind, मेरे से बड़े हैं, छोटे हैं, आधे हैं, पूरे हैं, ठीक है, you don't even mind to learn from that person, right, to discuss and to collaborate. So just check your level of collaboration, guys. The task is for you. All right. In case you want to talk more about or see about or learn more about collaborative intelligence, this is a great reference that I can share with you. This is Collaborative Intelligence. Humans and AI are joining forces. Can you see, right? Everything that we are doing means we are living in a house that is all sensor based. I don't have to do anything, right? You just step in, and right from electricity to everything is being done for you, right? So you are interacting almost on a daily routine per minute to minute basis with other thought process, with robots. So yeah, maybe you can just have a look in this article. It's free. Okay, in made it, हम generally हम क्या कहते हैं? Abe, right? Abe is the word you always say, right? Abe, hi. Okay, so बस जीवन के लिए याद रख लीजिए अब collaborative intelligence is I, by and high, right? Abe, hi. Okay, so artificial intelligence, business intelligence, and human intelligence in next decade are going to be at the top, are going to be at the peak in terms of having market share in the world, right? So that is a great collaboration, or I would say amalgamation, where in all these three, because without human intelligence that I'm talking about, emotional intelligence, robots chahe kuch bhi kar le, that is still what to do, how to do would be done. And I'm not saying that that is Amazon's CEO's word, right, sentence, that how to do would still be performed by human beings. So have that superior attitude, right? But this is not going to work without artificial intelligence and business intelligence. And you as a person, right? Why am I saying that? You as a person simply cannot have the excellence, right, or impeccability in each field. You cannot, right? And that is what our humanly it's not possible, because we are limited, right? And we are constrained in terms of using our brain capacity, and not everyone is Albert Einstein. So being an average person, what we can do is we can collaborate with people that know more, that know different, that know other aspects of life and world and society and community, right? And that is what the stream is. Think about hi, by, and I, right? And yeah, you will learn what do you say, collaborative intelligence in a great way. So I think I'm almost done. It's just 2-3 more snapshots of different companies that are going to show you that what other companies are doing, right? Before that, I would just show you just a little bit of video. That IQ is also important. Please don't be dumb. Don't think that if I'm not intelligent enough, that is going to work beautifully. It's not going to work. At least average IQ is required, right? And what maximum output or a competitive advantage companies can bring if they can have collaborative intelligence. Just 2-minute video, right? And after that, I'm going to have 2-3 slides of perception snapshots, and after that, I'm done, right? So yeah, enjoy, guys. These are very funny as well as motor orientated videos, right? Here you go. This is for you guys.
When you're in school,
I'd like to order French
when you're
fries,
growing up
burger,
in
and
life,
milkshake.
it actually sort of matters to people how you look. And then it matters to you because it matters to others. And the fear that we have is that we're going to be alone, that we're not good enough. And, you know, we have to change ourselves. You know, so many people put me down and say, Nick, you look too weird and no one's really offended. You can't do this and you can't do that. And I couldn't change anything. It's not like just fixing my hair one day and everything's fine. I couldn't change my circumstance. I couldn't just one day wake up and say, hey, give me arms and legs. I need arms and legs. It was so hard because people put me down. And I started believing that I was not good enough. I started believing that I was
I'm sorry for the confusion, guys. Just one sec. So sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Hello, I'd like to order French fries, a burger, and a milkshake. This is a library. I'd like to order French fries, a burger, and a milkshake.
All right, guys. So this is Benz, right? Beauty is nothing without brains. So please have your brains intact, right? Don't lose your brains. It's very, very important. All right. And then the next one is what Barclays is doing, right? Barclays is one of the biggest banks, I hope you know. And they say that they are going to hire you. It's just a 1-minute video, guys. They are going to hire you from wherever you are. If you're a graduate, they're going to kidnap you. If you're a teacher, right? You don't even know. Dr. Vandana can be kidnapped by Barclays, right? If she fits in the category or in the criteria of Barclays recruitment process, right? So if you are good, they are going to find you. You are going to be head-hunted. And that is what they are looking for, the attitude, not only rational intelligence, guys. 1-minute video just for you. Have a look.
Graduates, honored guests, honored parents.
Sometimes the most amazing things can escape your attention. Suppose we told you there's a financial company that is quietly snapping up some of the world's top graduates. A company that is taking some of the most innovative minds the academic and financial worlds have to offer. A company that is using their talents to become one of the fastest growing investment banks. Without most people noticing. Ridiculous, you'd probably say. Such a company can't fly under my radar. I wouldn't know about it.
Okay, guys, thank you. Yeah, so in case, as you can see, right, companies are looking for the right candidates. आपको उठा के लेके जा सकते हैं वो. अगर आप में वो बात है, राइट? तो ये आपको ढूंढना है कि आप में वो बात है या नहीं है. All right. So just try your level best, that you do your level best, right? And now I'm almost about to end. There are 2-3 more slides. After that, it would be over to Dr. Vandana. Okay, it's just that. Yeah. Okay. One moment, guys. One moment, please. Okay, here we go. Can you see? You can, right? I hope you can see the slides. I'm not sure. The slides are gone. If you could please switch on someone your mic. I'm not sure whether I'm talking to myself. Is it visible? Emotional intelligence statistic.
Yes, it is visible.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So as you can see by Dr. Travis Bradbury, right? He's from America. He says that emotional intelligence statistic, EQ is responsible 58% of your job job performance. 90% of the performers have high IQs. Have high emotional quotient. People with high EQ make $29,000. You can make that 29,000 times 75 more annually than low EQ counterparts, right? So you can imagine how important it is to have EQ. Why do employers value EI over IQ? Why emotional intelligence is more important than IQ? Because people, in terms of tough circumstances, tough situations, usually remain calm under pressure, resolve conflict effectively. लड़ाई को और बढ़ाते नहीं हैं, ठीक है? उसको कम करते हैं, solution ढूंढते हैं. They lead by example. They just don't say, do this, do that. Let's do this, let's do that. This is how it is done, right? Are empathetic to their colleagues and act as such, right? They understand, they practice patience and understanding, and then may put more consideration into business decisions. EI may even impact a company's profitability. If people are more EI orientated, one study found done in Harvard, 34%, it contributes to 34% higher profit growth in firms with high EI managers, right? So it's extremely important. Guys, we are in the world of generational collaboration, right? Your professors, your managers, your CEOs are not in 20s, right? They're in 40s and 50s. And that is why they belong to X generation or baby boomers. You are Y generation, you are millennials, right? And the world would be driven by millennials. You have to have that collaborative mindset. You cannot say, I'm a youngster, I'm a bright-minded guy. I'm not going to speak to someone that is a baby boomer. Sadly, unfortunately, or whatever is the term you want to give, baby boomers are the CEOs, right? And they are going to be the CEOs until 2035. So you have to understand that the generational differences have to be bridged, right? The gap of generational differences. And it is said that at some companies, 2/3 of the employees would be millennials. And 66% of the millennials like yourself think their bosses could learn a lot from them about technology. So let them learn, guys. Let's go for reverse mentoring. And mentoring is no more mentoring. It's no more from highly experienced, highly knowledgeable, senior, aged, right person to a lower experienced guy. It's vice versa now, because a lot of things, a lot of technological orientation are not known by the people that are sitting at the top-notch level of the industries, right? So let's be open for reverse mentoring, because that is what is collaborative intelligence all about. Last is key benefits of workplace diversity, guys. This is not me. This is the CEO of Procter & Gamble, P&G, right from Ariel to Tide to all the brands that we use to Gillette. A diverse organization will think out and outperform a homogeneous organization if Asian market, Australian, right, Americans, Europeans working together collaboratively, then 85% increase is there in terms of innovation, 79% betterment in company culture, right, and 83% increase in the base of customers, right? Overall, 15 times, it's not 15%, right? 15 times increase in sales revenue in case we are practicing collaborative intelligence and practicing diversity. Now I am about to end. I'm asking everybody that is attending this session, take a look at yourself in the mirror. What type of an employee do you see? Are you a leader? Are you emotionally intelligent manager? Are you a collaborative intelligent person? Right? Are you a combination of all? What you are, take a look and think about it. Then, and if you are the CEO of a company, look out at the business world. What type of an employee do you want to see? Go for self reflection, keep on looking at the mirror, think about it, and think what more can be done. So, here I end. Let's put our step forward to be emotionally intelligent and collaborate intelligently. Thank you for giving this opportunity to me. It was a great session. Thank you. Before I end, I would definitely like to finish with an impeccable video of collaborative intelligence, that how collaboration can bring customer addiction. What is customer addiction? You are addicted towards that brand. You cannot even think of anything else but to use one brand. Can I say Apple, right? All Apple users, I know you cannot think of anything beyond Apple, whether it's your laptop, whether it's your cell phones, whether it's whatever, right? So, so Apple users, no, I'm not selling Apple. I'm not getting any incentive and commission from Apple, but just saying customer addiction, right? This is just an example, good people, about don't just what should I say? Just be collaborative, right? And that can take you to greater heights. And that is what I'm going to end with. Okay, okay, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. I'm going over time. Almost there, guys, almost there. Right, here we go. Yes, this is for you.
Good morning. Here you are. Have a nice ride.
Thank you.
Okay, go, go, go.
Yeah, fun them. Yeah, the 864.
On your flight is in 501. Feel fully ready for departure and enjoy your flight. Mr. Smith Jr., can you look outside, please? There's a surprise for you.
Brussels Airlines. We go the extra smile.
Is ready for taxi.
A minute, I'll just check here. He's just boarded.
Okay, go, go, go. Can you look outside? There's a message for you.
with respect to neutrality digital value ऐसे ये जो है इस पर ध्यान रखते किसी
मतलब ये दोनों तरह ठीक है. Thank you. Thanks a lot for this beautiful opportunity. This was wonderful having this webinar. And I'm sure I can always I can practice collaborative intelligence, right? And I can always answer questions of the students that have any. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me. And it was great attending this forum.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Abhinanda, for unsealing the power of emotional quotient, collaborative quotient, and especially hard quotient in people's life. I'm sure that participants must be benefited with this exploration. Now, this forum is open for question answer. For this, I transfer the control to Ms. Nidhi Bhatia to settle down the queries of participants through the speaker of day. Participant, please don't forget to fill feedback form to get certificate. This is an important announcement for you as well. The link of feedback is already been shared. This program is live on YouTube and Facebook. So if any one of you are not able, or your friends are not able to get connected through Zoom, you can take entry from YouTube as well. Over to you, Nidhi ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Vandana. Thanks again. Yes, Dr. Abby, we have received a lot of queries, but due to limited time span, our team has selected some of them. And the first query is raised by Mr. Sanjay Kumar Sagar. Probably he is a BTech student. He wants to know, ma'am, why reactions come out in actions? It's a strong or a weak point. So he wants to know that reactions are weak or strong points.
Okay, I don't know if I understood the question properly. Okay, he could have elaborated the question a little. So क्या ऐसा है कि आप react पहले करते हैं, कुछ ऐसा है? मैं हिंदी में समझाना चाहूंगी आपको. Question मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. Means क्या आप react करते हैं?
Probably he wants to know, are reactions good, are weak points, giving reactions weak point or strong point?
Okay, reaction itself is a weak point or a strong point. We cannot be free of reactions. Is it Sanjay? Sanjay है क्या जिन्होंने पूछा सवाल निधि?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Sanjay Kumar Sagar.
संजय सागर, हम लोग without reaction रह ही नहीं सकते हैं, because that is a part of being a human, right? It's just that you need to think before reacting. Emotional intelligence का मतलब है, for example, आपसे किसी ने कहा कि आपको कुछ नहीं आता, just an example, आपको कुछ नहीं आता, आपने कुछ नहीं पढ़ा है, बेकार में बीटेक कर रहे हो, ठीक है? तो कुछ सोच के आप कुछ जवाब दोगे ना कि तुमसे किसने कहा, तुमने किसने जाना, ठीक है, तुम्हें कैसे लगा. And sometimes what we do is reaction में हाँ संजय कुमार सागर ने बोला yes मैम, yes. आप जवाब ऐसे देते हैं yes you don't know anything about me, आप तुम्हें मेरे बारे में कुछ नहीं पता. मैं हमेशा ये कहती हूँ, रिएक्ट करने से पहले आप प्लीज सवाल करिए, क्यों लगा तुम्हें ऐसा, ठीक है, या कैसे ऐसा लगता है, किस जगह पे ऐसा लगा, so that आपका उनका जो थॉट प्रोसेस है आपकी तरफ, ठीक है, उसको आप पहले समझ ले रिएक्ट करने से पहले, so that you give yourself some time. And that is what I say, that the way we react, right? We are living in an anxiety orientation world. We don't give time to ourselves. Instantaneous reactions होते हैं हमारे. React करने से आप नहीं बच सकते संजय सागर. हाँ, पर आप ये जरूर कर सकते हैं कि आप खुद के लिए थोड़ा समय खरीद लें. You can buy some time to yourself by asking questions, right? Your mother says कुछ नहीं करते हो, दिन भर पड़े रहते हो. Just an example, right? तो आप डायरेक्ट जवाब मत दीजिए कि मैं क्या करूं, तो और मेरे को बहुत कुछ करना है. क्यों लगता है आपको ऐसा, या मैंने ऐसा क्या नहीं किया, ताकि आप तब तक में जवाब सोच लें रिएक्ट करने का, जो कि बैलेंस्ड हो, राइट? And that is what happens in most of the organizations as well. मैं आपका organizational point of view से बोलती हूँ. It's 19 years of experience that I hold, right? People react without even thinking. And that is what your answer, my answer would be. You have to react because you are a human being, but think before you react. And that thinking time can be saved by asking questions. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, I hope Sagar got his answer. Ma'am, the second question is, how can I get motivated to seek myself towards a goal a bit more? This question is by Rishabh Soni, MCA first year.
Okay, Rishabh, first of all, there are two types of control that we have. One is called as outer locus of control. It is called as locus of control. Locus of control यानी जिससे हम निर्धारित हैं, ठीक है? उसको कोई हेल्प नहीं कर सकता, आप ही कर सकते हो. दो तरीके के होते हैं. एक है outer locus of control और दूसरा है internal locus of control. ठीक है, अगर आप आउटर लोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल के इंसान हैं तो आप कहेंगे आज शनिवार है, आज मैं पर्पस नहीं बना सकता अपना, आज थर्सडे है, मुझे बाल नहीं काटने हैं अपने, ठीक है, आज बुधवार है, पहले गणेश जी को प्रणाम करूंगा फिर आगे बढ़ूंगा. ठीक है, तो आउटर लोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल यानी आप बाहरी चीजों से अपना गोल निर्धारित करते हैं. ठीक है, अगर आप इंटरनल लोकस के इंसान हैं, लोग या फिर जो लोग कह रही है, जो जनता कह रही है, जो सोशल सोसाइटी कह रही है, आप उससे ड्रिवन हैं. You are saying how can you reach more towards your goal. If you are, that is only possible अगर आप नहीं हैं वैसे तो पहले बनिए, right? Internal locus of control यानी कि आप खुद responsible हैं अपने success, failure, जीत, goal, objective या milestones के लिए. तो goal बहुत दूर का अगर आपने रखा हुआ है कि मुझे चीफ इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर बनना है जब मैं 45 साल का होऊंगा, तो आप गोल के नजदीक नहीं जा पाएंगे. आप छोटे छोटे माइलस्टोन्स बनाइए अपने लाइफ में, है ना? उससे ही आपको पता चलेगा कि आप आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, वरना पता कैसे चलेगा? So that is why think of smaller objectives first and then make a goal, right? So तो अभी बहुत लंबा गोल ना बनाएं और इंटरनल लोकस, अपना डिटर्मिनेशन, अपना हार्डवर्क, अपना इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, अपना कोलैबोरेटिव इंटेलिजेंस, कोई भी और आपको सिर्फ गाइड, सपोर्ट, निधि भाटिया और डॉक्टर वंदना आपको सपोर्ट कर सकती हैं, आपको आगे नहीं ले जा सकती हैं, है ना? तो आप अपने आप पे पहले जोर डालें और उसके बाद छोटे गोल बनाएं, जरूर से आप अपने गोल तक पहुंचेंगे.
Very well answered, ma'am. And girls also showing their power now. The third question is from Mayuri Gupta. Madam, how can I introduce myself impressively?
Okay, I'm not so sure about your age, my dear, but that is a very valid question, extremely valid question. And whenever I talk to youngsters like yourself, I always say कि वही 2 मिनट हैं आपको खुद को बेचने के लिए, right? I am sounding hardcore. You are 27, right? You are too young, my dear. Okay, so but in these 27 years, you must have gained something, even littlest. Let me use the term your lingo, guys. Bestest and littlest, right? Wowest. So look for the wowest moments of your life, right? Take a note of your wowest moments. कुछ किया होगा आपने जो कभी किसी को सुनाया है आपने, छोटी से छोटी चीज भी क्यों ना हो वो है, उसको आप लिखिए और उसका उस 2 मिनट में कहीं ना कहीं जिक्र जरूर कीजिए, राइट? चाहे वो कुछ भी है, चाहे आप एक ग्रेट डांसर हैं, चाहे आपने नेशनल पे बास्केटबॉल खेला है, चाहे आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आप बहुत एक्स्ट्रा वर्जन है आप में, आप बहुत इंक्विजिटिव हैं, ठीक है, आप लोगों से मिलना अच्छा लगता है, आपको चीजें जाननी अच्छी लगती हैं, जो मार्केट में कम है, ऐसी चीज मत बताइए कि मैंने इंडियन आइडल में दिया और मैं रिजेक्ट हो गई. तो आप ऐसी चीजें बोलिए जो मार्केट में कम है, जो सुनने में कम आती है, निकालो ऐसी चीजें और 2 मिनट में मुंह मियां मिट्टू बन जाना. Exactly. In English it is called as blow your own trumpets, right? In that 2 minutes you have to blow your own trumpets. अपना ड्रम इतना जोर से बजाओ कि वो फट जाए. All right, so because you don't have more time than 2 minutes, do best.
Thanks, ma'am. I hope all the questions of our inquisitive students have been answered by our expert. And now I render this platform to Dr. Vandana. Thanks a lot, Abhinanda, ma'am.
Thank you, Nidhi, ma'am. Thanks a lot once again, Dr. Abhinanda, for quenching the thirst of participants in a very lucid and interesting manner.
Thank you.
Now we look forward to hear from one of the eminent personality who is not only flooded with wisdom and deep vision, but very eloquent, generous, and charismatic administrator too. May I grab the opportunity to invite Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Madam for her presidential address. Over to you, Vimla ma'am.